Hi, I'm Karan Thapar. Over the last few years, I hope you've been watching my program, The Interview on the Wire. During that period, I've interviewed doctors, politicians, businessmen, scientists, authors, and even the occasional Nobel laureate. For me, it's been exciting. I hope it's been enjoyable for you. But these, as you know, are tough times, and if this program is going to remain bold, independent, and sometimes even defiant, then I think we need your support. At the end of the day, it's a truism, but editorial independence is best defended by the viewers. So if you would like this program to remain the way it is, forthright, outspoken, and interesting, then would you consider supporting us? All you have to do is to click on the description at the bottom. But more than anything else, I hope you will continue to watch the interview. Your viewership means an awful lot to me. Hello and welcome to a special interview for The Wire. Meitei Leepun is one of the most important organizations involved in the present crisis in Manipur. So today we ask, what sort of organization is Meitei Leepun? What vision does it have for Manipur? And how has it conducted itself over the last troublesome month? With me to answer those critical questions is the one man who knows the answers for sure. He's the chief of Meitei Leepun, Pramot Singh. And Mr. Singh has specially flown down from Imphal for today's interview. Mr. Pramot Singh, let's start with that first key question. What sort of organization is Meitei Leepun? Is it like the Meitei say, a cultural organization committed to the welfare of the Meitei people? Or is it, as the Kukis say, a vigilante, militant, chauvinist organization that attacks Kukis? Begin by telling the audience what sort of organization is yours.
Namaskar. Meitei Leepun is a socio-cultural organization. We are trying to unite the Meiteis in South and Southeast Asia and have a culturally integrated entity, which was during our forefathers' time, but today we are split everywhere. So we are trying to unite ourselves and have a very culturally integrated.
But you said you are uniting the Meitei in South and Southeast Asia. So actually, you're not just an Indian organization, you cover the other countries of the region as well.
As of now, we are starting only in Indian side, that is also in Manipur. We have started already in Assam, but we are scaling down now because we are concentrating in Manipur.
But will you also be concentrating on Meitei people who live outside India?
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
will
sir,
be?
We will do that, yeah.
So what sort of countries will you be involved in?
We will involve where the Meiteis are, like Bangladesh in South Asia, India, then Myanmar in Southeast Asia. Yes, sir.
So all of those will be covered?
Yes.
Now, something else that I discover from your tweets is that you don't consider Kukis to be part of Manipur. In a tweet that you issued on the 28th of May, which is less than 10 days ago, you called them, and I'm quoting, outsiders and not part of the family. You called them tenants.
Yeah. So they have been sheltered by our kings and the Britishers, maybe from 1872. They have been sheltered, and those they have been sheltered in Manipur are staying as permanent residents of Manipur. But the issue now is these people keep sheltering and bringing in more people, particularly from Bangladesh and Myanmar side, and who are dominating the local population who are indigenous.
But you still today, in 2023, call the Kukis outsiders.
I call Kukis because Kukis coming from Myanmar side and Burma side, they are also Kukis, those are in Manipur who are the permanent residents, they are also Kuki.
But so, are they outsiders?
The mode of things they do is very much against Manipur and the interests of India. No? So,
but do you
they are dominated by the...
But do you stand by your tweet? You call them outsiders, not part of the family.
They are outsiders in the sense that they are not indigenous people of Manipur.
They don't belong to Manipur. They have come from outside.
Yeah, they are sheltered by us.
They are not indigenous.
They are not indigenous.
How do you know that? On what basis do you say that?
On the indigenous means those who have been living for the thousands years, at least for a couple of centuries living with, like Meiteis and Nagas have been living here as indigenous people. Kukis were lately sheltered by this British only, during British period.
Let me point out something to you. There is an Indian National Army Museum in Manipur. It is a very famous museum. The museum commemorates and memorializes 182 people from Manipur who were involved in the INA. Of that 182, 154 are Kuki, 26 are Meitei. Most people would say this proves the Kuki are insiders, that they belong to India. You say they are outsiders.
They are those who were brought by Britishers, and today they stay as permanent residents of Manipur. No, there are Biharis, there are Marwaris, there are even Gorkhas who came during Second World War. They all are staying as permanent residents of Manipur. That doesn't mean that they are indigenous people.
You're saying a very interesting thing. You repeatedly called Kukis permanent residents.
Yeah.
In your tweet, you called them tenants.
Yeah.
Tenants are people who stay as long as the landlord wants them to. Tenants don't have a right to stay permanently. Are you saying, like tenants, the Kukis don't have a right to stay permanently in Manipur?
I am referring to those Kuki who keep coming in. No? Since 1980s, they have been coming continuously, coming over to Manipur, infiltrated illegally. No?
Well, this is a point you made also in an interview you gave to Bishwadeep Gupta, the editor-in-chief of the KRC Times on the 20th of May. You said, this is a fight between India and illegal immigrants.
Yes.
What proof do you have of large-scale illegal immigration happening?
See, these people who are fighting now on the areas where bordering with Meitei villages, they are not Indians.
So how do you know that? They live in India? They are Indian citizens?
No,
How
no.
can you claim they're not Indians?
See, we have been talking with them over, walkie-talkies also. They can't speak Manipuri, they can't speak Hindi, they can't speak English. The language they are speaking also, we cannot understand, no?
Can I put this to you? Paulilal Haukip, and remember, he's a BJP MLA. He's a BJP MLA. I'm underlining that. In an interview to me on the 9th of May, said there is no large-scale illegal immigration happening in Manipur, but he accepts that maybe several thousand Myanmarese people have come running away from the junta. But that's just a couple of thousand or 3,000 or 4,000. You're talking as if the entire Kuki population of Manipur is illegal. You insist that they are only permanent residents. You insist they're tenants, which means they don't have a right to permanently live there. They can only live there as long as landlords let them. Is that being fair to the Kuki, to consider your own fellow citizens outsiders?
I am saying they keep coming in. So that
But
is
how
why
do you know
people,
that?
no, they
How
keep
do you know
coming in.
that?
It has already been, the data has been published by the government. It has already been in the media. Not that I didn't bring any, but it has already been there. And the census department, they have already pointed out, the statistical department already pointed out the abnormal growth in the populations of Kukis.
No, forgive me. You're making a point that Mr. Natikesh Separ made, and it was wrong.
No,
Forgive me. I must correct you, Mr. Pramot Singh, because it's wrong. The Kuki share of the percentage of Manipur in 1901 was 14.5%. 110 years later, in 2011, it's 16%. That's an increase of 1.5% over 110 years. That is not proof of illegal immigration at all. That's a natural, normal increase.
The way I understand, sir, when you contacted me, I thought that you wanted to listen to my opinion, no? So if we really have to go to the datas, no, then perhaps we fix another time, then I will also come with all the datas which we are referring to, then we can sit down and discuss. Because
I'm only pointing out that your claim that the increase of population of Kukis is disproportionate is not true. The census
it's not
says
true.
something else.
No, it's not true. Is what you are saying based on the data given by the referring to what Paulilan said, who was the.
No, I'm referring to the census.
Wait. First, you are referring to the data given by this Paulilan, who was the spokesperson of KNO. Now he's a BJP MLA. Again, you are also referring to some data which I should be given a fair chance to defend. No, for that I need to sit down with you again, and I also bring some data, but not now.
Let's leave that then. The point I'll underline for the audience is that you stand by what you said in your tweet on the 28th of May, that the Kukis are outsiders, they are not part of the family.
That part is what I was trying to explain, but you bring in data and you are...
Okay. Let's come to other aspects of the Meitei Leepun.
Not others. Now, let me clarify that part, no? Because this Kuki infiltration is happening, no, since 80s, and particularly after Naga-Kukis conflict, so many people of them are coming in now. And this Myanmar issue which Paulina just mentioned, which you referred to, just happening yesterday only.
The only thing is, you keep saying so many are infiltrating, so many are coming in, but you have no facts to establish it.
That has been published in media by the government. If you are not going to believe the
Which
data,
government? Which government?
Manipur government.
The Manipur government
and the census is under Indian government, no? They all publish.
But the census is what I quoted to you. And the census doesn't show an increase.
Which year, sir? Which year you are referring to census?
I'll give it to you again. In 1901, the Kukis were 14.5% of the population of Manipur. 110 years later, in 2011, they are 16%. That is an increase over a century of 1.5%. That cannot prove any illegal immigration. If you want, I'll give you one more census. And this is...
That census of what?
1901 and 2011.
2011. And it has, I got data of 2021 also, which is not yet published, but it is being already analyzed.
The census hasn't been done. There can't be a census for 2021. It hasn't been done. It didn't happen over COVID.
It was not published in public domain, but it is already there.
Mr. Pramot Singh, there was no census in 2021. The government has postponed it. The census has been delayed.
It is almost completed. It's only that it's not coming out in public domain. That's what I was saying, sir.
So, Mr. Pramot Singh, there has been no census in 2021. It was postponed.
And if it is post 2011, then I'll be able to give you the data, which I have in my mobile.
Let's move on.
Yeah,
we've established that there is a difference of opinion over the percentage and size of the Kuki population. At this moment, I want to understand more about the Meitei Leepun. What is your charter? What are the objectives that you stand for?
Yeah, we are trying to strengthen ourselves, the Meiteis, and we are trying to have a strong Meiteis will only bring integrity of Manipur.
So, Meitei Leepun exists to strengthen the
Meiteis. And for Meiteis to strengthen what we believe in, our forefathers, how they did. They used to coexisted with those tribes who are with us, no? So, Meitei Leepuns not only support the Meiteis, we are also developing the oneness in Manipur. So, whoever tribes in Manipur, they know us all. And
so, are you a cultural organization?
Yes.
A cultural organization?
Yes.
What is the Meitei Leepun's relationship with Chief Minister Biren Singh? In one of your tweets, dated the 29th of October last year, you said you worshipped him. Other people say he is your mentor, he guides you. What's the relationship between Meitei Leepun and Biren Singh?
Okay, please allow me to explain that part. No? That part is very much, I don't know, a contentious issue now. Manipur was never never colonized by India. No? We merged. Entirety of Manipur and India, we merged and as part of Union of India. When we merged...
But wasn't Manipur part of British India?
Manipur was colonized by British. But what I'm trying to say, Manipur was never colonized by India. We merged.
But Mr. Biren Singh, India didn't colonize any country or any state. All states merged with India after independence.
That's what I'm saying. Let me finish. No, we merged as part of Union of India. And after the merger agreement, even in merger agreement in the Article 8, and even after that there is administrative report, which I have a copy also, which I can share to you. As per the agreement, what India government guaranteed to us is whatever legal framework the whatever rule and regulations which Manipur was following pre-merger will be safeguarded by government of India.
I
That is one
understand
of
that.
the
But
agreement.
what is the relationship with Biren Singh today?
Let me come to that now. So that was the agreement. But as I mentioned already, since 1980s, these Kukis had been infiltrating Manipur unchecked. Illegal immigration is happening in large number, particularly from Bangladesh and Myanmar side.
You say that, I have to simply, for the sake of the audience, say there's no proof of it whatsoever, but please continue.
Proof is with me. Proof is with me. So they have immigrated illegally in Manipur, and over time, not only they infiltrated, they started having internal migration. They will spread across hill areas, in the valley areas. So that is where the issue of space is there between
But
Kukis
how
and-
does this connect with Biren Singh?
I will come to that. I will come to that. Let me come to that. No? So because of domination over space, there has been fight between Nagas and Kukis. Then the tension with Meitei has been there since 80s. It is a long-standing tension. Meiteis have been watching because we are very tolerant, over-tolerant in a way. So we have been tolerant, no, and the drivers who have been going to the,
Can I say
highways.
one thing?
Yes.
The audience listening to you
Yes.
will say, he hasn't answered Karan's question, what is your relationship with Biren Singh?
I'm coming to this, sir.
But instead what you've done is you have revealed a deep dislike for Kukis.
I'm coming to this, sir. Please give me 2 minutes. No, sir. Please. I'm requesting. So they have been killing the drivers whenever they want. They kidnap, ransom, and extortion has been happening. No.
The Kukis have been killing and extorting money. That's your
From
accusation.
the drivers. No, it has been happening. So Meitei
From
have
drivers,
just-
truck drivers.
truck drivers, and from the businessmen. And they have been destroying the villages. They have been doing poppy plantation. They have been doing drug trafficking. It was never checked by India. Then what we call reserve forest today is
Very interesting you should say it was never checked by India. You are part of India. You're not separate to India.
because forest is under India. No, it is not in the state list. It is in central list. So what I'm trying to say, that there is a place called Uyok, the nearby hills were given by the king to the nearby Meitei villages. So it is our right to go there to look for firewoods, for vegetables. Then suddenly this Kuki undergrounds, the militants in Sioux came out and said, no, it is our ancestral land, they cannot come.
The truth is that the hill country in Manipur, which is 90% of the state, is considered tribal territory, and the Meitei who live in the valley, who are not tribals, cannot buy land there. That is part of the Indian constitution. That is part of the Indian constitution. But
No,
I
no,
asked
sir.
you a
No,
different
sir.
question.
So, sir,
The
no, sir,
audience-
please, sir. Please, sir.
Why don't you-
No,
why
wait,
don't you-
sir. I will come to
But
why.
when will you come to the question?
I'm coming there. No, I'm coming there since you have asked me to, invited me here to give my opinion. Let me give. No, if you want to give your opinion, let's fix another time. There, I'll come and listen to you. No, at least listen me out, sir, because it has been. It is not Pramot who is speaking. It is the aspirations of Meiteis, no, lakhs of Meiteis, which is always unheard. No, this is what I'm trying to express here. That's why I'm taking so much pain to come here also. No, sir. So these people occupied the lands and said, this is our ancestral land, you cannot come here. You cannot come here for looking for firewoods. They encroach there, they build house there. This we are just looking, we cannot do anything because the government of India or government of Manipur never do anything. There was no governance in the hills. Okay, for the last more than 40 years. So this discontentment is across different villages in Manipur.
I understand
And
that.
this is the
That-
time.
This is why.
This is the time when BJP came to power, and BJP started saying like, we will give governance in the hills. We will preserve the reserve forest. We will control drug. This is time when they say it. They are speaking the aspiration of people of Manipur
So you're saying that
through Honorable CM Biren.
if I understand you correctly, you're saying you worship Biren Singh because he is standing up for Meitei interests and Meitei rights. Is that what you're saying?
Not Meitei right, the rights, aspiration of the native people of Manipur.
But the Kukis, and I'm talking now about Pauline Clan Haukip, I'm also talking about Mr. Hang Shing, who's the General Secretary of the Kuki National Alliance. Both of them said to me, Biren Singh is anti-Kuki. The very reason you like him, because he's standing up for Meitei rights, is the very reason they don't like him, because they think he's anti-Kuki.
No, you are putting different. So I'm coming to why we worship Biren. No, so when they are saying the same aspiration which we have been talking about, demanding, no, for the last 40 years, no, we believe in BJP. That is Honorable CM. He's the face of BJP in Manipur. So we worship him. We expect
You worship
that,
him because he is standing up for things that Meiteis believe in. He's supporting Meiteis against the Kukis. That's what you're saying.
We worship him because he stands for the wishes of the indigenous people of Manipur.
Which is the Meitei. And you don't believe the Kuki are indigenous, you call
Indigenous
them
are the
outsiders.
Nagas are also indigenous, no?
But not the Kukis.
Kukis are not indigenous. They
That's
are
the
a
point.
permanent resident.
Yeah, you call them outsiders.
Yes.
You say that, you agree. Okay, two things have been established.
Because if they are permanent residents of India, they should be for Manipur. They have given land, they have given, they are in the political sphere also.
Let me move on. You've established two things. One, that you have a deep dislike for the Kukis. Secondly, you worship Biren Singh because he is standing up for what you call the rights of the Meitei.
How do you say I dislike Kukis?
It comes out in your conversation. It
How?
comes out
How?
in what you're saying about them. You accuse them of murder, of extortion. You call them illegal immigrants. You say they keep flooding into the country.
Yeah,
You call them outsiders.
Because they never behave the way the Indians are. They are behaving like those who are yet to come. No, they are only serving the interests of outsiders.
Let's move on beyond the Kuki problem. I want to still understand the Meitei Leepun. The Meitei Leepun social media posts show that
Then no. In between, you have also asked something like Kukis are Biren was anti-Kuki, right?
I didn't say it.
Yeah.
Wilson Lamal Hang Shing said it, and
that-
Paulinal Haukip. And by the way, Mr. Haukip is a BJP MLA. He's calling his own chief minister anti-Kuki.
Yeah. That Paulina, I know, he was the spokesperson of KNO. Now he's the BJP MLA. BJP
And
MLA.
he says
but
Biren
then Hang
Singh
I
is
don't know
anti-Kuki.
Hang Singh, I don't know who is Hang Singh. I haven't seen
General
the interview
Secretary
also.
of the KNA, which is an ally of the BJP.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Let's move on.
Now,
Let's move on. Your social media posts show that you run physical training camps.
Yes.
What sort of training is given there?
we have been anticipating, no, that any form of crisis may happen among Meiteis. It could be wildfire, it could be fire, it could be flood, anything. For that, we have been training our people non-combat. No,
But what sort of training?
like if somebody is injured, how to evacuate them, and the old women and the children, how to evacuate them in the safer places. If there is fire, how to control it.
So this
if there is fire,
is more than PT and yoga,
yeah.
isn't it? Do you give them weapons and arms training?
No.
No weapons and arms training. So you give weapon and arms training?
No. But those who have a gun license, they need some training to apply for license, which sometimes we do with the Rifle Association.
Do
and
you
we
give
that.
weapon training to people who have gun licenses?
Those who want to apply for licenses, they need this training, no, basic training. For that, we give.
You do give training.
In collaboration with rifle clubs. Yeah.
So you do give weapon training. Now tell me, what are the links between the Meitei Leepun and the RSS and the Bajrang Dal? Is the Meitei Leepun part of the BJP's Hindutva fraternity?
No.
I ask because you have clearly a Hindu shawl around your neck.
I'm only following how I was taught by my parents, and I choose to wear it. No.
Absolutely, which is why I ask, are you connected to the RSS or the Bajrang Dal?
No, I choose to wear it in the same way you used to wear tie. No, same thing.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but are you connected? Is Meitei Leepun connected to any of the Hindutva groups that support the BJP? Do you have linkages with them?
We have no linkages officially, but I am a ABPP guy.
You are?
While I was doing my graduation and MA in Gujarat. Yeah.
Does the organization have any formal linkages with either RSS or Bajrang Dal?
No, I don't have, but they have
No, not you. Meitei Leepun, the organization.
No, we don't have. But ABVP has a strong influence on me.
On you?
Yeah.
Is that a personal influence or does it extend to the organization?
No, I'm talking about myself.
Only yourself?
A big influence on me. Yeah.
But is there a link between ABVP and Meitei Leepun?
No, we are not. Maybe people are speculating because we participate in Republic Day Parade, which is being banned in Manipur by underground elements, which you must be aware. But we go for Republic Day Parade every year, and also people must be thinking that we are RSS. And also, as I said, we are supportive of Honorable CM Biren because he speaks our aspirations, which outsiders will not.
But if I understand you correctly, you said people suspect you are RSS, but you're saying to me you have no formal linkage with the RSS.
No, organization-wise we don't have.
What about the Arambai Telong?
Arambai Tengol.
Are you in any way connected with them, or is it just a sister organization? And secondly, are you as close to the Maharaja as the Tengol is?
I'm very close to Maharaja. Every Meitei is, every Manipuri is, but we are not related with Arambai. Arambai, I wanted to meet them once, but they didn't agree to meet. We didn't meet. So I don't know who are they. Who are the leaders also, I don't know. We are not connected.
It sounds as if there are differences between you.
No differences. We haven't met only. I don't know these people. But one thing I know about them is they are very patriotic. That much I know. Because the places where the villagers are defending their village from attacking by Kukis militants, I see them.
Do you consider the Arambai Tengol a sister organization?
No, because I don't know what their ideology is.
Okay. We've discussed the Meitei Leepun in some detail. You've explained what sort of organization you are. You've explained how you look upon Biren Singh. You've explained how you look upon the Kukis. Let's now come.
I haven't explained what Meitei Leepun is. I was only answering what
please do so. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah. Meitei Leepun believe in oneness of Manipur, which our forefathers have been preserving. So we have strong relationship with all the tribes, those tribes who are listed in the scheduled tribe.
Those that you consider indigenous, and you don't count the Kuki as one of them. I'm just clarifying that.
This Kuki also, they know me very well, because we work closely. But only thing is, I was saying you should work in the interest of Manipur, in the interest of India, by those who are permanent residents, not sheltering and bringing and always talking
I have
lies,
to keep repeating that the
yeah.
allegation that you make that the Kukis are constantly bringing in large number of illegal immigrants is not proven. It is simply your allegation. It's denied by BJP MLAs as well. But I don't want to keep repeating the point. I'm only saying it because you're saying it.
BJP MLAs doesn't mean that whatever, if BJP MLA says everything, it is right. You cannot say no.
Okay.
Because I don't know where these 100 MLAs are who sworn to protect the integrity of Manipur and India are now in the bunker shooting Meiteis. So we don't know who are they also.
People are sworn to uphold the integrity of India.
And
no one takes an oath to uphold the integrity of a state. The oath that an MLA takes is to uphold the integrity of India and to stand by the constitution.
And integrity of India means integrity of Manipur.
As well. No? It means also the integrity of the people living there, which includes the Kukis. But let's not quarrel on that. I want to come now, because I think it's important you should have a chance to answer what has been said about the Meitei Leepun's behavior right through May. Okay, I'm talking about the way your organization behaved when the troubles were happening. Bhakta Charan Das.
Who is that?
Bhakta Charan Das is the Congress Party's Manipur in charge.
Okay.
In an interview to the print on the 12th or 11th of May, he said, when the trouble in Manipur was at its worst, Meitei Leepun and Arambai Tengol were indulging in violence. I'm going to quote him. He says, they were in black clothes and moved around in a group of hundreds on bikes with guns. They entered police stations and police training centers and looted the armory. They burnt churches, looted villages, and created havoc like anything. This is your organization he's talking about. As the chief of the Meitei Leepun, how do you respond to that?
No. He knows nothing because we are not even there, when the things were happening in Imphal.
Where were you?
We were busy defending the villages where the Kuki militants are attacking. We were busy evacuating the women and the children in the safer places, we are busy coordinating with the security forces.
So you didn't enter police stations and police training centers? You didn't loot the armory?
No,
You didn't burn churches, loot villages?
Whatever happened in the valley, we were not there. We were in the periphery. We were in the periphery because we were alert that something will happen. Shall I go detail on this? We knew that something is going to happen by January 23. We already knew something is going to happen. That we didn't know in what scale it will happen, we didn't know. But something is going to happen, we already knew.
You know, can I point out to you what you said in a tweet on the 28th of April, 5 days before the troubles began? I'm quoting your tweet. Let's annihilate our traditional rival on the hills and live peacefully. Clearly, this is proof that you intended to target and attack the Kukis.
If you read carefully, then you will understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying about Meitei. That is not what Meitei.
That's the tweet.
Saying. That is not what
and I've underlined what you said. That is your tweet. It says Pramot Singh on top.
That's what I'm saying. Give it to me. Give it to me. No, I'll tell you. This is not what I write. It is just a metaphor. No, it is not what I am saying. It is like what people are thinking. This is what I said.
But it's not.
This is not what I say.
Your exact words are, let's annihilate our traditional rival on the hills and live peacefully. And you haven't said that you are quoting other people.
Yeah.
You have put this across as your own opinion.
Maybe the way I express you confuse. See, there I am saying, let's listen to missionaries. I'm not missionary. I don't listen to missionaries.
But you're advising people. You're advising people to listen to them. Just as you are saying, let's annihilate our traditional rival.
Just put it this way, that another group is saying, then it will give meaning, not by Meitei Leepun.
The problem is,
I am just saying this is the outlook of some people.
The problem is,
some people who are not Meiteis.
The problem is that tweet was issued 5 days before the trouble began. Many people will look at that tweet and say, clearly, Mr. Pramot Singh and the Meitei Leepun were intending to attack the Kukis. That's what it means when you say, let's annihilate them.
No, not that. See, I'll tell you. It is like Meitei has some rivalry with some other groups. So these groups, let's bring them in a common platform in the name of strife. That's what some group is saying. And let's finish off Meiteis. Once Meiteis are finished up, let's finish off these people again. That is what it means, not what Meitei Leepun say.
I'll tell you why people will not readily accept that explanation. The trouble, let me finish. Let me finish, then you answer. The troubles began on the 3rd of May when the All Tribal Student Union of Manipur held a rally. That was 3rd of May. Please note the date, 3rd of May. 24 hours earlier on the 2nd, the official Meitei Leepun handle issued a tweet calling for a counter blockade from the second night, i.e. the night before the troubles began. And that tweet said, it is our duty to enforce our position physically. Many people will look at this tweet of the 2nd of May and your earlier tweet of the 28th of April and conclude, clearly, Meitei Leepun was wanting a fight with the Kukis. The rally was just an excuse or at best an opportunity.
No, that is just a scapegoating. Because even before May 2, they already started burning down villages.
They being Kukis?
Other Kukis started burning down the forest offices. And when they started killing the Meiteis in Torbung area, it was at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. When Meitei reacted, it was at 7 p.m. So they cannot say it was started by Meiteis. And as for that countering the blockade, that we have been doing for all this year, because we feel that whenever they have something, they want to demand something, they always put Meitei at ransom. They will block the villages.
But the problem about that tweet is that you're talking about a counter blockade before the blockade has happened.
They always block the village highways. Then when put us at ransom. If government extended for talk, they will say, okay, we will withdraw the blockade, we will talk with government. Then we talk with government, but we are disagreement, so we'll put back the this blockade again.
Okay.
Like our opinion was never taken. We are used as a tool, no, to pressurize the government. This tactics is communal, which we feel. So we have taken a official position that whoever block the highways targeting Meiteis, we will counter it.
And is
so
that
countering the blockade has been happening for all this year, and it never went to the communal riot which happened.
But Mr.
this
Pramot
time.
Singh,
No.
Mr. Pramot
So they
Singh,
cannot say that
put something
countering
you.
the blockade caused the riot. Yeah.
I can accept that you want to counter a blockade because the blockade disrupts life. But you weren't simply countering the blockade. 5 days earlier, you said, let's annihilate our traditional rival on the...
That is what I'm saying.
and
That,
you know,
that annihilate what is, I am trying to say some non-Meitei groups, how they think, is what I'm saying.
But it's your language. You're not saying other people think like that. That's how you think.
So I didn't say how other people think. I didn't say that. That's why you confuse it. You think it is what I say, no?
You're saying to me that you expressed yourself badly.
It is what some non-Meiteis think. That is how they think, and that's what I'm presenting. If you read it again, you will know it is for non-Hindus also, not by us.
In an interview that you gave Bishwadeep Gupta, the editor-in-chief of the KRC Times, on the 20th of May, you said that the riot on the 3rd of May, and I'm quoting you, was planned by Kuki illegal militants.
Yes.
What proof do you have of that?
And please don't interrupt, no? As I requested earlier, because let me give the background, because you cannot just read a statement and come to the conclusion. So by January 23, I got an information that something is being planned. Okay. January 23, I remember because that day I attended an occasion. That's why I remember the date. There, these Kukis are planning to have a rally on sometime in May. They call peace rally, and misusing the tribal platform, they are planning a.
You knew this in January?
In January.
But the rally was a result of the High Court decision, which was announced in April. How could you have known this in January?
That's what I'm saying, no, sir. That's what I'm saying. That is what they are planning to do, something based on the tribal platform, which made January 23, I was already informed.
But it wasn't just the Kukis who held that rally on the 3rd of May. The Nagas were participating in very large number as well.
That is what I'm coming there now. Can you please listen? No, just 2 minutes, please. Just 2 minutes, I'm requesting. January 23, I am informed by some people, they said they are planning something big sometime in April or May. That's what they told me. I said, something big what? They said, something big we are planning by some tribe leaders, including the Kukis. Then in the process, slowly it comes to the homeland issues of Kukis. So this tribe withdrew, okay? This tribe withdrew and they give me the input. So these people are planning something. That is when High Court order came out that the recommendation should be given to this central government, no, by the state. Then the rally was planned. Then I gave this information to the security people. Then about 15 days later, another input came. They said they are planning very much, is something going to be very big. So among these Kukis and whoever this tribe, all the tribes are not agreeing with this plan. So these tribes are also giving me inputs. Then this I give to the security people again. Then they said,
you work very closely with the security people, it seems.
No, everybody is working with security people. What's wrong with that? This time when Meiteis were, chased and killed, it was me who was giving information
come back to the story you're telling. Come back to the story you're telling.
And the police, yeah. So when I give the information to the security people, they were saying like, no, what something is going to happen? You cannot give, you do not
But how do you know this is planned by Kuki illegal militants? That's what you said to Bishwadeep Gupta. How do you know that?
This is what I was told.
By whom?
That I will not tell you.
But how do you know it's authoritative? How do you know it's correct? They could be misleading you.
No, they are saying we were going together, planning it, but slowly it comes to Kuki homeland issue, so we withdraw. So they are going ahead with the plan, these Kukis. That's what I was told.
But you won't say who told you?
I won't say.
And you can't establish whether the person who told you actually can verify and
Because I
provide
find,
evidence.
I find whatever information they gave has been very reliable. That's why I took it very serious.
But you won't say who they is.
So I told twice. Then the security people are saying you don't specify what kind of things is going to happen. So just giving information, don't give.
You know, you've mentioned.
Then about 1 week
Can I ask
later-
you one question? Because it will be occurring to the audience as you speak. 4 or 5 times you said, I told the security people, I told the security people. Does the Meitei Leepun operate as a sort of attached wing of the security and the government? Is there a close connection, not just with Biren Singh, but with the security agencies?
No, we are connected with all the security people.
In what sort of way? What sort of connection?
Because Manipur is a troubled state, so we need to connect with all the security people. And that's how Kukis are connected, Nagas are connected, we are connected, so what? So we are connected. So we told them, and the third time when I told them, they said, enough of all this nonsense, don't give more input. So I gave up. Then, May 3, when they planned this so-called peace rally, then I told my people, this could be the plan. So be prepared, stay alert. So as we expected.
But after all that you're saying, you still insist that Bhakta Charan Das is wrong when he says they entered police stations and police training centers, they looted the armory, they burnt churches, looted villages, created havoc.
I don't know from where he got that information. That can be dealt in the court later, I think. Because if you said he mentioned our name, because we are...
Your name and also Arambai Telang.
This mobile...
And also
internet
Arambai
is down in Manipur, so
Tengal.
we have no access to those things. No? So I will follow it up later on.
So he also spoke to the Hindu. And to the Hindu, he said you had destroyed 200 churches, including...
We had destroyed?
200 churches, including 18 belonging to the Meitei community and 2 to the Nagas. He said this to the Hindu on the 13th of May.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say
Mr. Bhakta Charan Das told the Hindu.
Oh, he said. No, yeah. Because I don't know from where all those information collected.
Let me raise a last issue, because it's one that matters to the Meitei very deeply. It is what I call the land imbalance in Manipur. The Meitei are 53% of the population. Let me finish and then you answer. Let me finish the question.
No, you have already started.
Can I
No, you were asking me how the riot happened. No, I was trying to explain. You have started another topic.
I asked you what proof you had that the riot was the work of Kuki illegal militants. You said you had been told this, but you won't tell me who told you, and therefore I can't establish how authoritative that person is. That you said.
Unless you give me the chance to explain my views.
Go ahead.
Then how can I say it?
Go ahead.
No. So now, we knew something was planned. Okay? Either you accept or not, we knew. Then, May 3, when they declared this peace rally, then I said, oh, this could be the one. They are planning something. So prepare, protect your villages. This is what I told my people. Then, by 10, they started burning down the, on 3rd, no? They started, before that also, you must have heard, they were shouting slogans, kill Meiteis, and they were burning forest offices.
I also heard slogans on WhatsApp saying, kill the Kukis.
No, I'm talking pre-second. I'm talking about pre-second. Okay. Because the tension was already created, no, by that time. And they were burning down gym, which was to be inaugurated by CM. Then they were shouting, abusing CM. So many things happened. Then May 3 came. May 3, Meiteis were already angry, but Meitei were silent. Then in the name of rally, when they came for rally, what they did, all of them carry catapults with the iron balls, bagfuls of them, all of the rallies. We have footage, and it is not peace rally. And all the way they were burning the village offices, government offices. Then by 3, they attacked Meitei villages.
With catapults, you're saying?
Catapults and iron balls, the rallies are carrying.
But not with guns, but with catapults.
The guns, later on, we see militants also with guns in the rally. Yeah.
Okay.
Footage you must have seen.
And you believe this is illegal Kuki militant work? That's the question I asked you.
Yes. So then they were attacking Meitei villages, killing Meiteis. Then by 7, Meitei reacted by burning down Kuki properties, killing Kukis. That's how it happened, no? So,
all I'll point out to you is you're saying the Kukis began it, we reacted. The Kukis say exactly the opposite. They say the Meitei began it, we reacted. And I'll add that fairly incriminatory tweet of yours of the 20th of April suggests that the Meitei began it, because you said 5 days before the troubles, let's annihilate our traditional rival on the hills.
you are repeatedly saying that. No? As I said, annihilate is to be said by some non-Meitei groups. That's what if you did completely, then you will understand. No? It's
That's
not
what
I saying.
That's what you're saying here.
This is one non-Meitei is saying.
The tweet
This is
does not say.
their mindset. This is what I'm saying.
But
I'm
Mr.
trying to
Pramot
say.
Singh, the tweet does not say you are referring to what someone else said. The tweet says this is your opinion.
Tweet doesn't say that one non-Meitei is saying, thinking like this. I didn't put that line. That's why you confused. That's what I'm saying.
Let's now come to an issue which is of very great importance because it underlies the problem in Manipur, the land imbalance.
You are also saying 100, 200 church burned down?
That was
Something,
Bhakta Charan Das to the Hindu.
That I didn't know. I'm not aware.
Let's move on. I want to talk about the land imbalance, which is a critical issue in Manipur. The Meitei are 53-54% of the population, but they are restricted to 10% of the land, the valley.
8%.
The tribals are 40% of the population, Kuki and Naga together. They not only have access to 90%, which is the hill country, but they can also buy land in the remaining 10%. So the Meitei are 53-54% restricted to 10%. The tribals are 40%, but they have access to all 100. Most people would agree. This on paper is unfair. It needs to be remedied. The question I want to ask is this. Do you believe that scheduled tribe status for the Meitei is the right way of remedying this problem?
That part I don't know. And you are...
you don't know?
From the beginning also you are wrong that Meitei can live in the 10%. The 90% are for tribes. Wrong.
Actually, the Meitei can buy land in the hill area, you're right, with permission of district councils.
No.
But that's very rarely given. That's why I never mentioned it.
It's not like this. Meiteis can live in the 8%, which if you subtract the rivers, the lakes, the roads, the government buildings, and the paddy fields, we are living only in 3%. That is one. And these hills, also there are protected areas, reserve forests, and tribes can live only in the villages which are given by the government through a order. No, they cannot just live everywhere. Now, reserve forest has to be protected. It was protected during King's time.
But I'm asking a different question. Do you believe scheduled tribe status for the Meitei is the right way of handling the Meitei hunger for land?
I'll come to that. So, kings used to protect these reserve forests, which we call Uyok.
We know all of that.
Okay.
We know that.
Okay. No. You don't know. That's why I'm telling. It was protected by the king. And when we merged with India, India guaranteed that they will protect. Means they will follow what was being followed pre-merger. So when India never do that, these people, the infiltrators, they just came and stay anywhere.
I am required to counter what you're saying because you're suggesting that the Kukis have been deliberately and steadily encroaching onto reserved forests. The Kukis deny it. They deny it vehemently. And in fact, Mr. Haukip, who's a BJP MLA, says this is because the Meitei don't understand the structure of Kuki villages. There is no encroachment. It is just that villages tend to spread in a particular Kuki fashion. I have to counter that because I don't think we can get away with one side.
You are accepting their denial. I am talking the fact. I am saying, I am not for Meiteis, I am not for Kukis. What I am saying, the system is such that India government has guaranteed that this, whatever rules and regulations prevailing pre-merger will be followed and protected by the India. Okay. But it was guaranteed through constitution.
And
now, when...
Look, I have to point out to you that apart from you and apart from Biren Singh, who has publicly accused the Kuki of encroaching onto forest reserved land, the Kukis themselves deny it vehemently. So let's not get into what is a tutu meme, because it serves no purpose.
Yeah, no. Kukis deny doesn't mean that is right.
And you're asserting it doesn't mean it's right either.
Yeah.
So let's be honest. Both sides are challenging each other, and that's because there is no trust between both sides. And I want to come to the question of trust, but before I come to the question of trust, tell me, the earlier question I asked, do you believe scheduled tribe status for the Meitei is the best way of securing the land they want?
I didn't go into this scheduled tribe thing. I think it is not timely.
It is not timely.
Yeah, because Kukis are misusing this tribal platform on this, because Nagas are also not agreeing with this.
But you're saying a very important thing.
Yeah.
You don't support the demand for scheduled tribe status for the Meitei. You think it's not timely.
Yeah, it is not timely in the sense that Kukis are misusing this to start a riot, no? So, this Meiteis demanding, some Meiteis demanding SD, I don't know what it is about,
But you don't support
I
it.
don't.
You don't support
I
it.
don't support, I don't protest. I don't oppose, I don't support. I am neutral on this.
This is a very important thing you've said. I'll simply underline it because I think the audience should know. You are the chief of the Meitei Leepun, but you do not support the demand for scheduled tribe status. You are neutral on it. You do not support the demand. That's the important thing. You do not support.
I do not support, I do not protest, I do not oppose. Yeah.
Let's then come to what many believe is the key problem. And that would have been clear right through this interview. There is no trust between the Kuki and the Meitei. You look upon them as outsiders. You don't consider them to be citizens. You call them tenants. And as I said, tenants can only live as long as the landlord permits them. Tenants don't have a right to live permanently.
No.
This is an absence of trust. How do we tackle, let's not go back into the story. How do we tackle the trust deficit?
See, sir, there's no trust deficit. Meitei accepted fully, the Nagas accepted fully those Kukis who are permanent residents. There has been intermarriage, we have been together in the business.
Please call them citizens.
They are in the political sphere.
Please call them citizens. You keep calling them permanent residents. They are citizens of India like
citizens.
You, like me.
That is what,
but you're not saying the word citizen.
When I said permanent citizen,
you didn't
in
say
Manipur,
citizen.
In
You're saying citizen now.
In Manipur, there are two types of citizens. The indigenous citizens, the permanent residents, they are also citizens.
No, forgive me. There is only one type of citizenship in India, and everyone who's a citizen is an equal citizen. Please don't try and distinguish between the citizenship of Meitei and Kuki.
I'm saying the citizens Indian citizens in Manipur, some had been there for centuries. Some were brought by British. They are also the citizens. That's what
are
I'm
you
saying.
Forgetting that in 1917 there were the Kuki British Wars? Have you forgotten that?
No.
There never was.
1917
there were Kuki British Wars. The Kuki fought the British in 1917.
No, there never was. They erected a gate today doesn't mean that they had.
You mean that war
is a myth? Some fabricated history doesn't mean that it was. No, it was. There never was Anglo-Kuki war. They were part of some expedition with Manipur Raja. Kukis were used, that's all.
This is the problem. You don't regard the Kukis as citizens, as Indian. You call them outsiders.
No.
That is why there is a huge gulf between you.
No, sir. I don't know where the discussion is going. It is not what you suggested also. Anyway, what I was saying, the permanent residents of Manipur who were sheltered by the British, now they are permanent residents, they are the citizens of India. And the indigenous people who have been living for centuries, they are also citizens of India. That's what I'm saying. We have no difference. But these people keep sheltering illegal immigrants. That is where the problem is.
Prove it that they are sheltering illegal immigrants. And I keep telling you that the census shows that there is no illegal immigration. Look, if you want, the only way you can prove it is if the Kuki numbers have gone up disproportionately.
In that case, then I think maybe in the afternoon we can sit down again. I'll bring all my data. It is with my free people. Since we will not go to the data, I'm only trying to tell my opinion. if you are ready to talk about data, then
I'm
there
not,
also
I'm
we
not
can have a discussion
I'm
on that.
talking about data that is publicly available, the census.
That is what I am bringing.
Can I point out one thing to you?
So
the population of the
what
Kukis.
data you have or what data Kuki has is the correct one, what data I have is wrong one, is that what you are saying? Or
No, I'm telling you that the
no,
data.
you cannot just flat away say that the according to data there is no illegal infiltration. Then for the last more than 40 years, since 1985, there was another riot also, and all this happening because it is all lies. Then, is that what you are trying to say?
You tell me something.
Yeah.
What percentage of Kukis are illegal?
That exactly I cannot say,
But give me a rough
most
idea.
of them are.
Most of them.
Yeah, because
Most of them.
yeah, because
That
as
means
per
that means the majority.
yeah, majority are.
The majority of Kukis are illegal.
Yes, that is why we are demanding NRC now. Now, because the data we are showing, the proportionate increase is too much. No, it is not only for Manipur, it is a threat for whole Northeast now.
You know, the Manipur population today, as opposed by the 2011 census, is 2.76 million, according to the 2011 census, and the Kuki population is 4,48,000. Compared to 1950, both the Kukis and the whole of Manipur have both grown 5 times. It's exactly the same proportionate increase.
No, that is a manipulated data you are referring to. I'll give the
Government of
data,
India.
government one. I'll give you the government
I'm giving you government data.
Yeah, government one I'll give. Because
Let's end. Tell me something.
Because whatever data
my last question.
whatever data you are referring to, I don't know. And
the census of India, government of India census
and which
data.
census of data you are referring to, I don't know. I am bringing all the authentic ones.
Let me put this to you.
Yeah.
My last question. You consider the Kukis outsiders. You say the majority are illegal immigrants. You call them tenants, which means they have no rights. Why then are you opposing their demand for a separate administration? If they are outsiders, why do you want to keep them in Manipur?
When I call them tenants, they behave like a tenant, not as Indian citizen or Manipur citizen. That's what. That's
when you
why
call
I
them what?
them.
Sorry.
They
You said when you call them, what was the word? I never heard it.
When you said tenant, no tenant. You
Tenants,
said
yeah. You call them that.
Yeah. When I call them tenant, because suppose you live in my house, you may live as a guest or you may live just an outsider, no. So sometimes the way they behave. See, if they are really tribals, the tribals we knew, they love their land, they love their forest.
So Kukis are guests in India. So you're saying Kukis are guests in India?
Yeah, and
and like guests, they can be thrown out.
Those infiltrators, based on some cut year, they should all be thrown out.
But you said the majority are infiltrators.
Yeah,
the majority are illegal.
Infiltrators.
So the majority of
illegally to India.
So the majority of Kuki should be thrown out of India.
Yeah, they based on a cut year.
I'm very grateful to you for having come and spoken to me. We've spent a lot of time discussing this issue. I think a fairly clear idea will have been given to the audience about the problem and how you view the Kukis. I'm grateful for the honesty with which you've explained everything.
And sir, this, if we don't stop the illegal immigration today, though it is late, Meiteis may become just another Kashmiri Pandits. Kashmiri Pandits are in this plight today, not because they are weak or not because illegal infiltrators are strong. They are in this plight today because India was always neglecting them. The Hindu population were never understood the situation. By the time they wake up, they were already driven out.
Okay. I don't want to start a new argument with you, but I will point out one thing for the audience, that it's almost impossible for the Meitei to become like Kashmiri Pandits for one simple reason. The Meitei are 54%, the majority of Manipur. the Kashmiri Pandits were never more than a fraction of the population of the valley, never more than a fraction.
And
so the two comparisons are simply not possible.
No. It is not the number. They will keep increasing because they keep coming. Meiteis, the population rate is sinking now. Now, why Meitei will not be same as Pandit is not because of the percentage. It will be because this is our sole duty to leave the land intact as it was gifted to us by our forefathers, which borders were marked by the bloods of our forefathers, which were gifted to us. And it is our sole responsibility to give it back to our future generation. So, to us, it is not just Kuki and Meitei issue. To us, it is a foreign aggression which we have been fighting during our time, during British time. Now this is time we have to fight back. So you cannot just look at it as a localized Kuki versus Meitei issue.
The most important thing you've done
India
today
versus illegal immigration issue, and the Meitei are thinking that we are fighting a foreign aggression.
Okay.
So this thing will not just get over, it will increase.
The problem is going to get worse.
Yeah, it will get worse because what you should understand, no? Kuki society are only of two types, very rich and very poor, very educated and very illiterate. Those on the top say, those in the below follows. Meitei society, very rich, very poor, middle class, upper class, lower middle, and in between there are many stratas are in Meitei village. Like, so now debate is happening in every strata of Meitei village, Meitei society, as it is happening in civilized society. No? This will take time.
Okay.
It will take time, but debate is going on. Every state, every family, every tea stall, people are discussing now.
Okay.
Now, by the time we come to a common consensus, when all the discussion go through this strata, then Meitei comes to a common consensus, then a blow will come. That blow will be so strong that now...
What is a blow? What do you mean by blow?
A blow will come from a reaction. The reaction on third was just that Meitei was just reacting. They kill Meitei, they burn Meitei houses.
Are you saying to me that in sometime in the future, the Meiteis will hit back hard against the Kukis?
That's what I'm saying. That is the message I'm carrying here. That is why I came here specifically.
When you say blow, do you mean you will launch a war?
You please listen, sir. What I am trying to say, all the stratas Meiteis are discussing now.
Yeah, I understand. But what is the blow?
In a civilized society, it takes time to debate. No.
And then the blow will come. What is the blow?
I will tell you that. I will tell you about. I'm coming to that. So you cannot compare these two societies. Kuki society top this side.
That I understand. But come to the blow.
Meitei society, the discussion is going on. Which people think it is disunity. No. Meiteis are the most unified community in Manipur because, say, Nagas, for example. Listen.
Please,
Nagas, for example.
The audience wants to know what is this blow you're threatening. Explain that.
I am not threatening.
Then what are you saying?
It is the fact. I will come to that.
No, but explain it.
Nagas, there are, say, Maram and Thangal, for example, two tribes. Meiteis are also comprised of 7 clans, 7 tribes, no? But when we meet a Meitei, when I meet a Meitei, we don't even ask which tribe he is. He's a Meitei, that's enough. No, such a unified community, now the discussion is going on. By the time we come to a consensus, no, then there will be a blow from Meitei.
What is the blow? Can you explain? What do you mean by blow?
That we don't know. When that blow comes, this 15 kilometer stretch like called Kangpopi, where these people are blocking the essential commodities reaching to Meitei population, do you really think that this 15 kilometers, this blow will just wipe out but
the blow will wipe out the Kukis.
The whole population will wipe out. Please
the whole Kuki population?
Yes, this 15 kilometers, because they have been blocking this essential commodities reaching to Meiteis. And
so you are talking about a campaign of attack against the Kukis.
It will happen, because it will not happen. People are saying that as if May 3 was the ultimate end. May 3,
No,
See,
I have to put this to you. The Kukis have already said this is genocide against them. What you're saying sounds very much like that too.
this May 3 program, when they plan, all those policemen, the IRBs of Kukis already on leave, all the officers were on leave, they knew something is going to happen.
I have to point
it was
out,
a big plan and
Mr.
they
Pramot Singh,
united
I
and
have
given,
to,
given us a blow.
as a responsible anchor, I have to point out that what you are saying when you talk about a blow, when you talk about a military attack against the Kukis, is sounding like genocide. And I have to point out, as a responsible anchor, this is not the right thing for you to be saying.
No. What I am saying, since this need to be told to the Indian people, that whatever fighting now, it is in the pockets where Meitei villages are defending. But what I'm saying, Meitei society is discussing now and will come to a consensus.
And
By
then
the, time,
the blow will come.
Then the blow will come. This
and that blow is a military attack.
No, yaar.
What is it then?
Meitei will react. Meitei will respond.
Yeah, but
Meitei is yet to respond. That's what I'm saying.
Hang on a second. That response will be military. You said so. You agreed earlier.
No. Let me put it very short. They plan and everybody united and given us a blow on 3rd. Meitei is yet to give a
but
response.
what will the blow be? What will the response be?
They burned our house.
And you will burn theirs.
Not Meiteis. They are not Meiteis. They are the villagers.
Okay. I'm going to stop this here because I think, forgive me, I'm stopping this here because we're getting into territory which is dangerous. You are sounding as if, and at times you have even agreed, that there will be a military attack on the Meitei.
Not military attack. Who said military attack? What I'm saying, the Meitei as a whole is not reacted yet.
Yes.
Only the villagers are reacting.
Yes, but when the blow comes, you said quite clearly that you will blow them out of that 15-kilometer area. All the Kukis will be removed and killed. You said so.
So,
you said so.
Oh, that is what I said.
Yeah, there you are.
So now Meiteis are uniting on this front.
Listen, I am going to stop this interview there because we're coming perilously close to what to some will sound like not just a military attack but planned, deliberate genocide.
It is not a plan. Meiteis are planning and
I'm
discussing
stopping the
now.
interview because I don't think we should be continuing along these lines, particularly when we are talking about fellow citizens of India. I thank you, Mr. Pramot Singh, for coming.
No.
I thank you for your honesty,
wait.
and I thank you for revealing the anguish of the
You should
Meitei.
include this. So this is the right time that India should intervene. That's what I'm trying to say. Because the blow is coming from Meitei side.
So this is
reaction will be there.
So you're giving a warning to the government of India. So you're giving a warning to the government of India.
Yeah, and the Manipur government. No.
What you're saying is,
so if you don't intervene now.
But what you're saying to the Manipur government and to the Modi government is intervene now. If you don't, there will be a terrible blow. That's what you're saying.
No force can stop.
And no one can stop it. No force can stop it. And earlier you agreed that would be military, that the Kukis would be wiped out of a 15-kilometer area.
It will be military.
You said that.
There will be a civil war.
A civil war?
But this civil war from Meitei side will be able to, they will be able to defend also. So India government should prepare, Manipur government should prepare. We cannot just talk about relief camp now.
Saying. At last we've got to it. That's what you're saying to the Indian government. You're saying it to the Manipur government. Intervene now, otherwise there will be civil war.
Yeah. It is yet to come now. People thought the May 3 already came. No. It is just a small spark.
I'm glad at last you've explained it. I thank you for coming. I thank you for the most important thing you've done. You've revealed the anguish of the Meitei people as you see it. And I think it's important that India should understand, all your fellow Indians, your position.
And this, they are saying that what Meitei Leepun did was wrong. No? We were evacuating our women, our children. We were rescue them and putting in the safer place with their groups like Kuki NP, KSO and
we have to
also must be doing the same for their own community.
Mr. Pramot Singh,
when they do the same, which we did, when Kukis are blaming us, why not they are Kuki NP? Why not they blame them for the same action which we did?
We have gone on, I think, for an hour. We have to now stop this. I think the most important thing you've done is to express the anguish of the Meitei, which has come through very clearly. The other thing you've done is you've given a clear warning to the Indian government and to the Manipur government. Intervene now, otherwise there will be civil war.
Civil war this time, Kuki cannot defend. Oh, this is off the
No, it's on the record at the moment.
No,
We're still
off the record.
No, it's on record. Civil war, this time the Kukis cannot defend.
Yeah, because the blow will be no. It is off the record.
It's not. It's on record. The interview is not over. When the interview ends, it will all be off record. But at the moment, it's on. You've said to the government, both in Manipur and in Delhi, intervene now, otherwise there will be civil war. And you said the Kukis can't defend it. I thank you for your openness, and I thank you for coming all the way from Imphal. Take care, stay safe, and please stay peaceful. Hi, I'm Karan Thapar. Over the last few years, I hope you've been watching my program, The Interview on the Wire. During that period, I've interviewed doctors, politicians, businessmen, scientists, authors, and even the occasional Nobel laureate. For me, it's been exciting. I hope it's been enjoyable for you. But these, as you know, are tough times, and if this program is going to remain bold, independent, and sometimes even defiant, then I think we need your support. At the end of the day, it's a truism, but editorial independence is best defended by the viewers. So if you would like this program to remain the way it is, forthright, outspoken, and interesting, then would you consider supporting us? All you have to do is to click on the description at the bottom. But more than anything else, I hope you will continue to watch the interview. Your viewership means an awful lot to me.